As you know, I'm a big fan of Wuthering Waves. In fact, Wuthering Waves is a delight. It's easily one of my, well, it's certainly my favorite gotcha game, but I would also say that it's probably, honestly, it's just it's a wonderful game. I mean, it's like one of my favorite games actually. I don't play it all the time, but when I do, I never have an issue. I wanted to hop into Wuthering Waves this early morning and look at some of the really cool things that they're doing from an ambient music perspective. Some really interesting things. And most importantly, today's main focus when we talk about Wuthering Waves and how Wuthering Waves is improving each and every patch is to look at ambient music. I really want to spend some time focusing on how Wuthering Waves' most recent patch, besides the fact that Camellya is an incredible character and a joy to play and broken. I really want to take a look at how they're maximizing the use of ambient sound production. As a general rule, the pacing of the Somnium stuff is incredible. Now, granted, when I first started, I will admit to you that I really didn't know what was going on. I was very confused, a little bit frustrated actually, because I was like, why is Wuthering Waves constantly busting out more and more techno jargon and techno babble that I can't understand? But as time has gone on, let's start off right here. This is incredible ambient music. It's melodically focused. That's the melody, right? That's incredibly, really cool. Da, 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 yo. That's it. That's the melody. And we have a little bit of the sound effect floating through the wind, floating through the sky. And then what we're actually getting is this ambient music with this trickle of this twinkle almost. Obviously we get a synthetic sound in there. But this is really where it's at for me. Now, what a mood. What a mood. It's really impressive. It's ethereal. It feels like a dreamscape, right? It feels like we're in a dream. It's a bleak, broken world. Most importantly, too, if we even talk about more than the music, what's really impressive about 1.4's patch so far, and we still have more to unlock, is the fact that each one of these stories is intriguing. Each one of these stories is short, to the point, direct, and we feel a tangible benefit to helping these characters. Every single one of these is different. I did not expect to like Zhuzh's story quest, this character quest of her dreamscape. And yet I found myself really locking into this idea of how important it is to be an artist, right? How important it is to not just constantly make copies of something that works for you just because that's what the public wants, or that's what your salesperson wants. Encore Story Quest was so bright and cheerful, I'd like to revisit some of these with you. Gerbil Girl, amazing. I can't wait to pull for her. Also really cute, love her jacket. I also felt that Yinlin's story, I was getting a little bit tired of doing the 4 of these back to back. Yinlin's story was amazing. So what I'm really appreciating is that every single one of these was different. And so it didn't feel repetitive or redundant. But more than that, throughout this entire thing, after you're done with these worlds, you come back to this, seemingly silly subway car that kind of makes no sense with this inverted water that we've seen, obviously. We're left with this wonderful, simple, repetitive pattern where we can't help but be like, man, like, it's obvious that this is a ethereal, otherworldly, transportive theme, right? What works really well about this particular track is that it sets mood, it sets intention, and it makes us feel like we're a part of something. And a lot of that's intangible, and a lot of that comes from you like thinking or feeling it, right? But I'm really impressed. It's leaning on this melodic pattern over and over and over. Da, da, ya, da, ya. with a little bit of a background thing there. Da, da, ya, da, yo. That's it. And you may be saying to yourself, well, that's kind of simple. Why is that any good? And the reality is that it's amazing. It's amazing because it's simple. It's amazing because it has forward momentum melodically, which is one thing that's been a bit of a struggle for this Wuthering Waves Kuro Games team to lean on, this melodic pattern. Now, a lot of people don't necessarily have the complaint that the score has been average or boring, but this is more memorable to me than anything I've heard in Wuwa previously. The Black Shores was great, and The Firmament was also very good. But this feels like it's taking it to another level, even though it's way more dialed back than previous pieces of music. But it's certainly come such a nice way from 1.0, right? And I really wanted to spend time here because I felt like this was actually the most interesting part for me of this entire experience so far. And there's obviously more to go because I'm filming this right after 1.4 releases, and we have some time-gated stuff, which, don't get me started on time gating. I mean, I get it, but it's still so annoying to time gate things, but that's just the way gacha works, I think. So let's dive in here. And another theme that I felt was really impressive is the Rift Runner music. Let's lock into Rift Runner here and check out some of this music as well. I thought this was also really impressive. Sorry, as this car tries to kill me. So this is great too. First of all, what an incredible, I mean, this is a very simple gameplay moment. But the forward momentum that we feel with the zoomed in camera, the repetitive pattern in here, with that strong beat emphasis, is what makes this so enjoyable. You feel like you're going fast, right? And that's something really exciting and worth pointing out to me. Right? You get a little bit of accents, especially in the upper register, but it's mostly based on a beat structure. It's a very simple thing, if you think about it. There's really not that much going on here, and yet it's perfect, you know? And I think it works really well because it is in total opposition to what the Sumnor sounds like, which is way dialed back, way more ethereal, and I think that does a great job of highlighting that sense of urgency that we feel to try to get to the end in time. This is the first track that I've really listened to that I felt compelled to sit here. And so yesterday I was doing other things, and I decided to sit down and really listen to the music, and actually left it idle. It reminds me a lot of Nier again, and I think that, you know, borrowing from Team Monaka's soundscape is never a problem. It's really great. Really impressive. Now, I haven't even touched other things like the Camellya story quest, companion quest, which is obviously something I'd like to do, and other things. But I really wanted to at least come in and really quickly just say how thrilled I am. Thrilled that we're moving in a very forward and beautiful direction when it comes to Wuthering Waves. And I can't continue to express how excited I am to support this game. And I just love it. I just love it. It's really good. And this music alone is an identifier for where we're going. And I know that this is the last of the 1.0 patches. And I'm so excited for 2.0. If Camellya and characters like Changli exist in this game, boy, we really have no idea what's coming ahead of us. And that's really exciting. So I know this is a short video. I know this is just a little bit of a taste of my thoughts on 1.4, but I felt it was important to get it out to you because this is really exciting. And I'm really thrilled. I'm really thrilled. So thanks a ton. There'll be more to come for sure. I'll talk to you later.